Wind machine fan, obviously. Very popular fan, sold at Walmart, very common. I'm going to show you how to take it apart so that you can clean it. First thing to do, make sure the fan is unplugged. All you need for the whole job is a Phillips head screwdriver. 6 screws to take out, all Phillips head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 on the handle right here. Getting the last one off right now. Got to take these off on the end. These just unscrew, lefty loosey. On this side as well. Pry this up just a little bit. Same over here. So now we've got the pedestal. See how nasty that is? We've got that loose. And now the only thing holding the front cage on is this top handle piece. And just pay attention to how things come apart. You know, anytime you take something apart, pay real close attention to how you put it back together. This is pretty easy because the hole for this screw is there. It can only go on one way. Now that we're this far, there's your front piece. And the motor stays attached to that rear cage. So now we got this loose, we can set this to the side. I'm filming this segment after the fact. The first time I filmed it, I didn't show taking the blade off right now, but if this is as far as you want to go, if you don't want to take the motor out, you can grab the blade and pull straight up on it and it'll pull off. And then you can clean the back portion of the fan without taking the motor out. You just have to be careful not to get water on the motor, obviously. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to lubricate the motor, lubricate the shaft. I have some Radio Shack lubricant spray. I'm just going to spray a little bit right around the shaft and let that soak in, and that'll run down around the shaft. You can use 3-in-1 oil if you have it, but this stuff is specifically made for motors and electrical applications. Increase the life of your fan, hopefully. Now the video is going to pick back up with the blade back on. I want to clean it a little better than that, a little more thoroughly, so I'm going to take the motor out. Let me show you how to do that. First thing to do, take the knob off. It'll pull straight off. Just get a good grip on it. There you go. Now this piece, this little ring piece will pop out. You can usually get it just with your fingers. There you go. Get one finger underneath there and that will just pop out. The switch, 2 little tabs, one on either side. And if you squeeze those together, that switch will pop out. Now we turn it over. There are 2 screws. There's one right here and there's one on the opposite side. You just turn the blade so that that access hole that you can put your screwdriver through is right over the screw. Spin it around, do the same thing for the other screw on the other side. Turn it around so the hole's right over the screw. All right, here's that second screw coming out. There you go. Now, flip it over one more time, get to the other side. I'll show you what to do next. See these 2 little tabs right there? They kind of stick out, stick down. So just remember where those go. All you're gonna do is put your hand on the underside and kind of lift up on the motor, push it towards the top, and it'll come out. So those 2 little metal tabs, they slide down right over those 2 marks right there. All right, just remember that. The power cord, there's a little block that kind of holds it in place, a little plastic block that'll keep you from pulling the cord out. This little block right there, so you have to push down on it to push that block out of this little channel, and then you can pull that out. So now the cord is loose, and there you go. Now you have the back cage, the back side of the fan free. To get the blade off, all you do is just grab it, motor in one hand, blade in the other, and just pull. Slides right off. There's a flat side to it. There's a flat side on the shaft that you'll need to line up with the flat side on the blade, and then you just slide it back down once you get it clean. But that's all there is to it. And on the back side of the motor, these little vents, take an old toothbrush like I have, clean out the dust and hair and whatever else is in there. If you have compressed air, that's even better. You can blow it out, but I don't have that. I don't have an air compressor. But you just want to get any hair and dust out of those slots, because that's what lets air circulate around the motor, keeps it from overheating. So let's clean everything up. First thing I'm going to do, soak everything down in some Purple Power. Purple Power is a degreaser. I bought it at Walmart. I'll soak everything down with this, and then just let that soak in for a few minutes. All right, I got everything soaking down. Been about 5 minutes, and let's see what we got. That purple flour is good stuff. Now I'm just going to let it sit out here in the sun for a while and dry off, and then we'll put it back together. Now's a good time too if you just want to clean your cord. Get a damp towel, pull the cord through that towel, and you can see the dirt that's coming off of that. Just a good chance to do that while you got everything taken apart. Now let's get that motor back in. To get the motor back in, start out with the rear cage facing down. This is where your knob is for the on, off, and speed control. Power cord, fish it through. The power cord slides into this channel right there, and then that little wedge goes right back in that slot, and you just pull it up till it's tight, and that keeps you from being able to pull the cord and pull it out of the motor. So now we're looking for, we want to find those two little metal prongs, or what, for lack of a better word, right here and here. Make sure you get the cord pulled through, because those are going to line up with those two spots. There's one right there and one right here. They're just going to slide right in like that. So now I know my power cord is good. It's in the right spot. My motor's in the right spot. Now I can turn it over. Let's put the two screws in first, then we can just slide the blade back on. Just remember, these are metal screws going into a plastic housing. So just get them tight, get them snug so you don't strip it. As soon as it's tight, just stop right there. To get the blade back on, remember there's a flat side on the shaft. There's a flat side right here on the fan blade. So you line up the flat side with the flat side and just push it straight down. Let's flip this sucker over. Now let's get the switch reinstalled back on this little ring. So you line up the two tabs with the slot in this ring, and it should snap right back into place. There's one side. There we go. Snapped in on both sides. Now it's time to snap the ring in. Before you do that, make sure you line your cord up with this slot that receives the cord. Then you have three little tabs, 1, 2, 3, that you need to line up with these slots. There's 1, there's 2, and 3. There you go. Let's get the knob, and there are 2 flat sides on the knob, so you line up those flat sides with the 2 flat sides on the switch, so it'll go on just like that. There you go. So we're back together here. Now that we have the motor and the blade put back together, we are ready to put the front cage back on. So handle at the top and handle at the top. There we go. There's a little bit of view. Now we have the 6 screws to put back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 2 smaller screws for the handle. This is the last of the screws that hold the front cage to the rear. We get our base. Put this side. Just put our end caps on. To get the handle back on, this is the front side of the fan here, and these 2 little slots right here, these 2 tabs slide down into those slots just like that, and then push down on it, snaps in the back. And now you just have to put your 2 screws in. There we go. And remember, don't over tighten, because you're putting a metal screw into plastic, so if you over tighten, you're liable to strip it. And there you go, we're all done. Now your fan is as clean as it was when it was brand new. Motor's been lubricated. Clean fan will give you more air, it's more efficient, uses less electricity, increases the life of the fan. So why would you not want to take care of it? That's how you do it. Hope this helps you out. Good luck if you try it.